Welcome to Headphone News, Science and Technology Edition for Tuesday, December 31st, 2024.
Russian billionaires fuel military operations amid sanctions. A recent report reveals that powerful Russian tycoons are supplying chemicals used to make explosives for the military, all while facing ongoing sanctions. This analysis from Reuters shows that factories owned by some of Russia's richest individuals have provided over 75% of the key chemicals sent to major explosives manufacturers since the war in Ukraine began in February 2022. Among those named are Roman Abramovich, known for his past ownership of Chelsea Football Club, and Vagit Alekbarov, whose wealth is estimated at $28.6 billion. Despite being under Western sanctions, these billionaires and their companies continue to operate without facing significant financial penalties. Firms like Evraz and Lukoil claim to supply chemicals only for civilian use, yet experts argue they are indirectly aiding the war effort. The report raises important questions about the effectiveness of these sanctions, as much of the output from these chemical plants consists of civilian products, including vital fertilizers for agriculture. This situation highlights the complexities of international sanctions and their unintended consequences on global food security and the livelihoods of small-scale farmers.
Iran's new eco-friendly sewage treatment plant. Iran is making significant strides in environmental sustainability with a new eco-friendly sewage treatment plant in North Khorasan. This facility, built by the Khorasan Petrochemical Company, aims to protect the Atrak River from urban sewage pollution, which is vital for the region. Inaugurated on December 28, 2023, and attended by President Masoud Pezeshkian, this $15 million project tackles pressing issues like water scarcity and pollution. Designed to treat wastewater and supply about 5.5 million gallons of water through a pipeline stretching roughly 7 miles, it not only enhances water management but also improves health for local communities. By prioritizing responsible water practices, Iran is paving the way for a sustainable future and safeguarding its natural resources.
Jimmy Carter's impact on NASA and space exploration. On December 30, 2024, we reflect on the remarkable legacy of former President Jimmy Carter and his influence on NASA and the Space Shuttle program. After taking office in January 1977, Carter faced a storm of challenges, including a struggling shuttle program that was already 3 years behind schedule. Despite pressure to cut NASA's budget, he recognized the program's vital importance and allocated an additional $200 million in 1979, followed by another $300 million the next year. Carter's support was not just about funding. He aimed to strengthen national security during arms control negotiations with the Soviet Union by leveraging the shuttle program. His legacy also shines through the Voyager probes, launched in 1977, which have traveled over 15 billion miles, carrying messages of peace and hope. Although the Voyager missions were planned before his presidency, they exemplify America's commitment to scientific discovery. Carter's practical approach and engineering mindset helped secure the future of the Space Shuttle program and laid the groundwork for future missions in space exploration.
Hain Celestial faces lawsuit over baby food safety. Hain Celestial Group is in hot water with a class action lawsuit claiming arsenic is present in its baby food. Parents are concerned that some products from Hain's Earth's Best baby food line have arsenic levels above safe limits, raising serious questions about infant food safety. This lawsuit is part of a larger trend against baby food manufacturers following a 2021 report that revealed alarming levels of heavy metals like arsenic, lead, cadmium, and mercury. Judge Nina Morrison dismissed similar claims about other heavy metals, citing unclear safety benchmarks. Hain Celestial, based in Hoboken, New Jersey, argues that the parents can't prove any harm. After the lawsuit news broke, investors reacted by selling shares, leading to a 7.2% drop. This case underscores ongoing concerns about food safety and the responsibility of manufacturers to protect vulnerable groups, especially infants. As this legal battle unfolds, it could set important standards for food safety regulations. What does this mean for the safety of our children's food?
Governor Shapiro's complaint against rising electricity costs. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro has filed a formal complaint with the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, or FERC, against PJM Interconnection, the largest power grid operator in the U.S. He argues that PJM's market rules need urgent changes to stop skyrocketing electricity costs for consumers. PJM serves over 65 million people across 13 states, including Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Illinois. Since July 2024, PJM has faced intense scrutiny after announcing that its annual capacity auction would lead to unprecedented payments to power plants, with costs soaring nearly 900% compared to last year. If these rules remain unchanged, consumers in the PJM region could face an additional $20.4 billion in expenses. The complaint also criticizes PJM's price cap as unreasonably high and ineffective in ensuring grid stability. PJM spokesperson Susan Buehler stated that the situation is driven by supply and demand issues, worsened by policy decisions, and the growing demand from data centers. This complaint is part of a larger conversation about energy costs and market regulations in the U.S., emphasizing the need for consumers to advocate for changes that could ease the financial burden on their electricity bills. What does this mean for your household? It's time to stay informed and engaged.
Cheniere Energy launches new LNG production. Cheniere Energy has officially begun producing liquefied natural gas at its new Corpus Christi Stage 3 project, which started on December 30th, 2024. This facility in Texas marks a significant milestone as the second new U.S. export plant aimed at increasing LNG supplies this year. As the world's largest LNG exporter, the U.S. is poised to maintain its leadership through 2025, thanks to Cheniere and Venture Global LNG's Plaquemines plant in Louisiana. The Corpus Christi Stage 3 project has the capacity to produce 10 million tons of LNG annually, with its first train generating 1.5 million tons each year. By late November 2024, the project was nearly 76% complete, with full operations expected by March 30th, 2025. This expansion is vital for meeting the growing global demand for LNG, promising job creation and economic growth while enhancing U.S. energy security. However, we must also consider the environmental impact of increased LNG production. Overall, Cheniere Energy's new facility is a groundbreaking step forward in the U.S. LNG export capacity, reinforcing the country's role as a leader in the global energy market.
Nvidia's $700 million acquisition of Run AI. Nvidia Corporation, a top chipmaker in the U.S., has finalized its $700 million purchase of Run AI, an AI company based in Israel. This deal faced significant scrutiny, but was approved by the European Commission in December 2024, following concerns about market competition. With an impressive 80% share in the AI graphics processor market, Nvidia raised alarms about possible anti-competitive behavior. However, the Commission concluded that the acquisition wouldn't harm competition. The U.S. Department of Justice is also investigating the deal, reflecting a growing trend of scrutiny on tech mergers. Run AI specializes in optimizing AI infrastructure and plans to make its software open source, increasing accessibility across the AI landscape. This acquisition is expected to enhance Nvidia's capabilities in AI technology, further establishing its role as a major player in the industry.
India's historic space docking mission. India has taken a bold step into space with the successful launch of its first space docking mission, the Space Docking Experiment, or SPOT-X, on December 30th, 2024. The launch occurred at 16:30 Greenwich Mean Time from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Andhra Pradesh. This mission positions India among a select few nations with advanced space docking technology, joining the ranks of the United States, Russia, and China. Using the Reliable Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, or PSLV, the mission deployed two small spacecraft, each weighing about 220 kilograms, into a circular orbit at an altitude of around 470 kilometers. This groundbreaking technology is essential for future projects, including satellite servicing and India's planned space station. ISRO Chairman S. Somanath announced that testing of the docking technology is expected around January 7, 2025.
The integration and testing were carried out by ANA Technologies, highlighting the growing role of private companies in India's space sector. The SpaceX mission marks a pivotal moment for India's space ambitions, showcasing its commitment to advancing technology and fostering international collaboration in space exploration. What does this mean for India's future in the stars?
Chinese hackers breach U.S. Treasury Department. Chinese state-sponsored hackers have executed a bold cyber heist, breaching the United States Department of the Treasury and stealing unclassified documents. This significant cybersecurity incident occurred in early December 2024, when the Treasury confirmed that a third-party vendor was compromised. The hackers gained access to a crucial security key, allowing them to bypass defenses and access sensitive information. On December 8, the Treasury was alerted by BeyondTrust, a cybersecurity provider, and quickly joined forces with the United States Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, known as CISA, and the FBI to assess the damage. A Treasury spokesperson stated there's no evidence that the hackers still have access to their systems. This alarming incident has raised serious concerns in Washington, with a letter to the Senate Banking Committee directly blaming China for the attack. It's part of a troubling trend of cyberattacks linked to Chinese state-sponsored actors, known as advanced persistent threats. As tensions escalate between the U.S. and China, the urgency for robust cybersecurity measures has never been clearer.
Samsung's bold move in robotics. Samsung Electronics has taken a bold step by acquiring a major stake in Rainbow Robotics, becoming its largest shareholder. This investment is worth about 267 billion won, or roughly $181 million. With this acquisition, Samsung aims to solidify its position in the rapidly growing robotics industry. Rainbow Robotics is known for its cutting-edge humanoid robots and automation solutions, and this funding will boost Samsung's innovation capabilities. The company also plans to establish a new robotics division that will report directly to the CEO, focusing on advancing technology across various applications. Before this deal, Samsung owned a 14.71% share in Rainbow Robotics, which amounted to about 2.85 million shares. This strategic investment highlights Samsung's commitment to expanding its portfolio and exploring new opportunities in the tech sector. What does this mean for the future of robotics?
That is all the news for today. Thank you for listening to today's headphone news. News summary brought to you by AI.